What is good, everybody? Mikey T, the movie star, here tonight. Let me just get everything situated. Let me get everything situated with my audio. Make sure my audio is good for tonight's show. Don't want the audio to be messing up in the studio tonight. You know, we back on that hen dog tonight, you guys. Sat the Deuce up. Sat the Deuce up for a little minute, you guys. So we've got some epic news tonight. Let me light up to start the show, though. Let me light a little something up to start the show, man. Whole lot of epic lives going on tonight, though, for sure. Maybe I'll have to comment on some of that tomorrow, but we have some shit to talk about today. We're going to get into it in just a second, you guys. I'm about to light me something up. Finishing off this, actually, I think I'm smoking sour diesel right now. Right now, I'm blazing on some sour diesel. I had a little bit of Granny Mac earlier on today, and I started the day off with runts. So that's a little bit of a inside look at what I've been doing today, you guys. You know, I definitely appreciate everybody tapping in. We got some dope news to talk about tonight. What up, AP? What up, my guy Thugs and Roses? Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Go ahead, hit that like button on the tap in tonight. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys share this video. We got some epic shit to talk about tonight. Talking about Jay Prince, talking about Gil. We're talking about BET. We're talking about all different types of things tonight, man. And you know I'm the host, Mikey T, the movie star. Everybody go ahead, hit that like button right when you come in. Be sure to hit the chat. Be sure to hit the chat, you guys. Be sure to hit the chat within a comment. Let me know what city and state you're tapping in from. You heard? Let me know what city and state you're tapping in from, you guys. Everybody up in here, just so you know, I'll say it now. I'm going to do a special live video tomorrow afternoon. Y'all can tune in live tomorrow. Lions Den, Night Man, what's popping? Appreciate you guys for tapping in. We got Chicago up in here. Much love to Chicago. Just getting things started right now. You know, getting a little smoke in my lungs. You know what I'm saying? Get a little smoke before the show tonight. We got some epic content to speak on. We got Brooklyn in the building. That's right. When you step into the building, when you step into the chat, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you let me know where you're tapping in from. Make sure you let me know what city, what state you're tapping in from, you guys. Everybody out there, let me know where you're tapping in from, man. I appreciate y'all. Beginning of the show vibes, though. Beginning of the show vibes. What is good, everybody? Montreal. Oh, shit. Montreal is in the building tonight. All right. I like it. I like it. We got Montreal tapping in. That's Canada. Um, um, Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Just finishing up a little smoke to get the show started. Cloud's Clutch Corner, Triple C, as I call him. PA's in the building. PA is in the building. PA is in the building. What it do? It's me, bruh. Appreciate you for tapping in. Couple things to talk about tonight. Couple things to talk about tonight. Couple different top. What was that? Okay, that was just the cap for the Hennessy. Ain't no thing. Ain't no thing. I don't need the cap for the Hennessy because we drinking. I got a couple major interviews I'm going to be doing in the next few days as well, you guys. I want y'all to know that I got a couple major interviews I'm going to be doing in the next few days. My birthday is actually coming up this weekend, this Saturday, June 11th. I'm a Gemini. You know what I'm saying? All the Geminis out there and shit like that. Whoever follows that shit. I don't really follow that shit all too much. My birthday's coming up this weekend, you guys. So I'm going to be out there doing my thing. But I do have a couple major interviews planned. You know what I'm saying? I have a couple major interviews planned. So it's not going to stop the work. It's really not going to stop the work, to be honest with you guys. I'm not going to stop putting out work. I'm not going to stop doing exclusive videos. The big 21. Yep, the big 21 this weekend. I'm going to be able to pop bottles legitimately. You know what I mean? Now I'm open for all endorsements when it comes to you know what I mean? I'm open for all endorsements when it comes to alcohol at this point. I'm open to all alcohol endorsements now, you guys. You know what they say, man? We here now. At least that's what Young Buck said. We here now. Young Buck really did feel like he was here now after repping with all those different hip hop groups. You know what I mean? From 3-6 Mafia to Cash Money to UTP to G Unit. Young Buck really did feel like he was here now, you guys. No, the super chat is functionable. Triple C. There is a super chat down there if anybody wants to send in a super chat. I like that. And we need some bud endorsements. You know what I'm saying? So any marijuana guys, I smoke a hell of a lot of chronic. So I think anybody that wants to do a bud endorsement would be, a likely a good candidate for this show. Mikey T, you on that Mike Tyson podcast would be crazy. Yeah, Mike Tyson has one of the best podcasts out right now. Gems are crazy. You already know it's me, bro. You already know, and I appreciate you for tapping in, man. Former Priority, right? Priority recording artist. You were on the same label that House Death Row, if I'm not mistaken. What is going on, everybody? What is popping tonight? How are y'all doing, man? What's the vibe? I'm off that hen tonight. We set the Douce back. I put the Bel Air Blue on chill. So I'm gonna have to get another Bel Air Blue tomorrow for the for the set. I'm gonna have to grab another Bel Air Blue for the set because I put the Bel Air Blue on chill. I'm fitting to have a dope ass day tomorrow. Birthday weekend starting. You know what I'm saying? Birthday Bel Air vibes. You dig? Definitely appreciate everybody for tapping in. Tonight we've got some topics to speak on. Wack 100 says to Gillie. Wack 100 tells Gillie that he will see him. That's right. The event that's being brought up is BET weekend, you guys. Right now it's June 9th. BET weekend is in a few short weeks. You've got to imagine that Gillie the Kid, Wallo, $1 million worth of game would be on the card for BET weekend. First things first, let's get that Red Bull endorsement. Let's get that Steve Will Do It endorsement, the Nelk Boys endorsement. We got to do it real big. This could just as easily be Happy Dad. What is going on? What is popping, y'all? What's good in the chat? How's everybody doing tonight? Y'all ready for an epic? Y'all ready for this? Bro, I ain't turning 21. That was a joke. That was a joke, bro. That was an absolute joke. But what is going on to everybody in the chat tonight? How are y'all doing? Y'all ready for an exclusive? Yeah, Jeff, no point in that, bro. What do I need the removal of that for, bro? I've done that before. What's the point of that? I've thought about that, you know what I mean? Especially with all the exclusive interviews that I do, you know what I mean? I've thought about that, to be honest with you guys, but I've done it before. It doesn't really matter, to be honest with you, man. What's going on? What's going on? King Florida in the building, Broward County, 954. You know I got love for Broward County. You know I got love for Broward County, man. Yeah, Jeff, I appreciate you though, man, for tapping in. I've done it. You know what I mean? You do it for 25 and then you do it with the StreamYard link. It costs 10. You know what I mean? So it's not really a big deal, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Especially since StreamYard for me, I'm using it as a market for me to just explain. You know, anybody can tap into my live videos. That's why I use StreamYard. Anybody, you guys, can tap into these live videos as long as you're doing your thing in the game, or as long if you want to, trying to blow up, anything like that, man. I don't really front on the upcoming talent. I don't front on the established talent. You know what I'm saying? Whether they might have a liking or a disliking to me, I'm not going to front on the talent that's out there that wants to do some work. Jeff. Jeff says Wallo will square up with Wack the next time they run into each other. And, I've really wanted to go over a video with Wallo and Wack just going like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The videos are a little bit old, you know what I mean? But shit, just that conversation that Wallo and Wack have been a part of, you know what I mean? Just the conversation that Wallo and Wack have been a part of. It's some classic shit, man. Like these two guys, you could tell there was humor involved with it at first, but like it was some of the most aggressive Instagram, or not Instagram. It was some of the most aggressive podcast conversation that you would really see. Yeah. Live, you mean on Instagram, bro, or are you just talking about on the podcast? Because I saw it on the podcast. If they've got something else on Instagram Live, I might have to do a little bit of searching. Yeah, on the podcast. Yep. Thugs and Roses, good point. He says Wallo is not going to jeopardize his freedom. He's living his best life after doing a 20 piece. That's a very good point, man. That's a very good point right there. Wallo's actually still on parole, I guess it is. They were trying to get it reduced. I'm not sure if they actually got the parole reduced at this point for Wallo. But yeah, Wallo's too smart for that. You know what I mean? He's too smart to jeopardize his freedom. You can see what he's doing on the podcast. It's all levels of real. You know what I mean? He's not trying to bring any cap to his conversation. That's why he goes so epically hard on somebody like Wack when they're on the show, or anybody really, any type of situation Wallo is capitalizing on. Wallo is not afraid to talk about. I was just watching a few days ago a throwback $1 million worth of game episode when they brought Soulja Boy on the show, and Wallo was not afraid whatsoever to bring up the fact that they had a past beef, the fact that he said Soulja Boy would get over on Gillie and different type of shit like that if they were to do celebrity boxing. Now, you know what I mean? Like no other guy in the industry would do that but Wallo. That's why I bring that up. Nobody else would do that. Maybe academics, but that just shows you that Wallo is right there on academics' level. You know what I'm saying? Wallo is really doing his thing. Much love to Wallo. Much love to Gillie. Wack 100 is upset with them about having Jay Prince on the show. You know, Jay Prince came on the show talking all kinds of snitch talk. You know, I'm not talking plug talk. You know what I mean? No. I'm talking snitch talk. 100, Brat 100 on that snitch talk. I'm talking about Jay Prince using his opportunity on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast to actually out Wack 100 for all of his shit that he's done, for all the beefs that we've witnessed him start from the likes of Master P, the likes of Meek Mill, the likes, you know what I mean? All these different beefs that we've seen him be involved with. Actually jump on Nori's podcast, you guys. He actually jumped on Nori's podcast and decided to call out Meek Mill. He decided to discuss his beef with Meek Mill on the Drink Champs, you guys. The Drink Champs podcast. And let's be real. I think the game on Drink Champs is one thing. Meek Mill on Drink Champs is another. And when you have somebody like Wack 100, the manager, advisor, whatever he is to the game, you know what I mean? That relationship is kind of like, that relationship is kind of crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? That relationship is kind of crazy to me, you guys. But whatever type of relationship he has with the game, he's going on there and he's overshadowing the whole situation. And he's kind of putting the game situation to the back. You know what I mean? He's putting the game situation, on the back burner so he can talk about celebrity boxing Meek Mill. Yeah, okay. So you won't celebrity box Hassan Campbell. You won't celebrity box Hassan Campbell. Excuse me. I'm hooking up my other computer. You know what I'm saying? I'm hooking up my other computer. Oh, let me get this plugged in. There's levels to this shit, you guys. You know what I mean? That's why I say I have a studio. I've got multiple computers. I've got multiple devices, recording, all different types of shit. Shout out to my bro, Hot Boy Turk, Rich Thuggin. He's really on his podcast, media type shit right there. So if you're not tapped in with Hot Boy Turk, go over and log in with him on many different channels. Many different channels, you guys. But yeah, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Hit that like button, share this video. You know what I'm saying? Share this video, you guys. Major respect, Detroit. Detroit on the tap in. Detroit tapping in. I thought Wack and the kids was just cool. Yeah, that's one major thing right now. Wack 100 and Gillie and Wallo were cool. Oh yeah. Gillie and Wallo, actually, I think Gillie and Wallo were a couple of the first guys to give Wack 100 that platform. You know what I mean? I'm not really going to speak on my thoughts on their first interview. You know what I mean? I understand them bringing Wack 100 in when he was managing Blueface. They're going to bring Blueface in, right? So you might as well have Wack 100 come in. Now, Wack 100 drives the views. You know what I mean? Wack 100 drives the views. So that's why they would have him back for a second edition. Now, I've already done a podcast basically discussing the first half of their conversation and my thoughts on it. So that's why I say I'm not going to go over it tonight. If I ever decide to do another podcast addressing the second half of their conversation, then I'll get back into it. But I already went into the first half of their conversation. So if you guys want to check it out, just go to the video where it's speaking about Gillie the Kid saying that Wack 100 works with Master Splinter. I covered that a little bit late, but I found it to be something that had to be covered. Like I said a little bit earlier, I'm not going to shy away from covering old content on the channel. You guys haven't heard my perspective on it. I haven't shared my perspective on it. So it only makes sense that I would come on here and review it. I need everybody to hit that like button, share this video. Let's get 100 people up in here. Let's change the course of the culture, you guys. Let's change the course of what's going on. We've already got bloggers out there proving that we are just as important as the artist. I've said it time and time again. I feel just as important as the artist. So when you see cats out there like Hassan Campbell, Doggy Diamonds, when you see these guys out there, when you see when you see your Adam 22s out there, you got to feel in that bloggers, podcasters, we are the voice of the generation. We are here doing these videos. We're churning out hits just like Diddy. That's how I feel about all of us, what we're doing. That's what we're doing. What up, Brick City? We got Brick City, New Jersey in here. Much love to New Jersey. Much love to New Jersey. I don't know how y'all are feeling about Skinny from the 9. I don't know if y'all are jacking Skinny from the 9 right now out there in New Jersey. That's y'all's issue. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Jersey because I've done a lot of great work with different artists in Jersey, from Sue Surf to Fatboy SSE. But Skinny from the 9 is a little bit Hollywood. You know what I mean? Skinny from the 9 actually said to me, what would I get from coming on your brand? How about your career back? How about you would get your career back, Skinny from the 9? I did an interview with Young Berg, one of the best interviews I ever did. We didn't focus on nothing negative. How about getting your career back instead of Sean Cotton, Say Cheese, all respect to Say Cheese, Say Cheese bringing you on there to talk about being a snitch. You're all too welcoming. So Jersey, like I said, that's your problem. You know what I mean? When you got a guy out there saying he's the hottest in Jersey, when Sue Surf is clearly hotter than Skinny. I don't even need to do a poll on that one. Don't make me bring up that poll. What up, Timmy? Yeah, that's right. Like, share, subscribe to this video. That's why I went off on that tangent, man. I'm not afraid to talk about nobody in the industry. I'm not afraid to do that shit. And I'm not on no Eminem shit. And I'm not, even if I had the Eminem budget, I wouldn't change. I wouldn't change a damn thing. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't change a damn thing. But we got some shit to talk about tonight. And I really appreciate y'all for tapping in, because Wack 100 had some shit to say about Gillie. He had some more shit to talk about Gillie, you guys. You know, but Jay Prince's clip was played to Wack when Jay Prince said, when I see someone trying to shit on Master P, shit on Meek Mill, I see it on a podcast with another rat. I see him on a podcast with another rat, and he goes off on 21 Savage. What be real cold about it is some people get lost along the way and they will roll off a cliff with Officer Rat 100. Right here, this Officer Rat 100, him saying this time and time again on Gillie's podcast, that actually is what triggered Wack. Like, yo, I thought these guys were my boys. I thought I had these guys in pocket. Isn't that what Wack said? Isn't that what Wack said? He had them in pocket. Yo, Gil, you right there. You in pocket. You in pocket of my $300 jeans, my $800. You right there, Gil. That's what Wack 100 got exposed for by Hassan Campbell. He got exposed for saying he had all these guys on the squeeze. He had them all on the squeeze is what Wack 100 said, you guys. He had them all in pocket. Now, this scenario couldn't be proven more wrong with Gillie the Kid actually having Jay Prince, the Lobby Boys, even though the Lobby Boys didn't take time to really discredit Wack. I mean, when you're selling albums, when you're selling Lobby Boy albums, go check out that album, everybody. Support my guy, Jim Jones, and definitely support Mano. I don't have as much of a relationship with Mano as I got to have with Jim Jones. Jones, I actually smoked a bunch of weed with, and I actually recorded in the studio with Jim Jones, with Scott Storch. Took Jim Jones's record when he recorded some dubstep with Scott Storch. Yeah, got Jones in a different lane. But you see Jones, he's doing all different types of shit, man. Spanish albums, all different types of shit, man. Yup, Arsenal. Major respect to Arsenal. Respect to Arsenal for actually having myself, Dirty O, at his pool party out in Texas when they was doing all the battles that weekend. Arsenal's a really good dude. Yep. Yeah. Right here. Thugs and Roses says, Wack said Gillie and Wallo need to check in if they want to come to LA. LOL. LA don't even like Wack. And we're going to get into that in just a second. So everybody hit that like button, share this video. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get into that in just a second, you guys, because Wack 100 also said he was going to see Gillie. He said he was going to see Wallo. He said he was going to see him in about 2 short weeks. He said everybody comes out to LA during BET weekend, you guys. That's what Wack 100 said. Let's get into it right here. Let's get into Wack's response to this, because he was ultimately mad, you guys. Wack 100 was ultimately upset. When Gillie and Wallo had somebody on their channel that actually discredited him. Man, that's pretty sweet that Gillie and Wallo have never had anybody on their channel that's discredited me. You know what I mean? Nobody's ever been on Gillie and Wallo's channel like F Mikey T, the movie star. Mikey T, the movie star's cap. So Wack, that's what's on your jacket, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what's on your jacket. You know what I mean? Just because you go on Clubhouse and now you diss somebody, bro, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. You know, you and Jay Prince dissing each other on all the random blogs. Right now, Jay Prince is using his freaking recognition. I'm not going to say clout. I'm going to say his recognition with everybody to get on the Ghetto Boys Reloaded, to get on $1 Million Worth the Game. Wack 100, you are getting checkmate. It's about to be a checkmate. You should have listened to Kanye West. There's a reason that Ye is a billionaire. And he would have took this little 50 million, 5 million, whatever it is. He would have took it to help out some of his friends. He would have took it to help out a cause. What up? California's in the building. Okay, I like it. Cali's up in here. So Wack is going in on Gillie and Wallo, but people in his clubhouse or whatever clubhouse he's talking about, people in whatever clubhouse he's talking about are like, yo, these guys are your homies, Wack. These guys are your homies, Wack. They was your homies. Wack is like, I just seen them in LA talking about Gillie and Wallo. I just seen them in LA. They was all smiles and giggles. Now, we had heard Wack say he just seen him about a week ago. No Bobby Shmurda. You know what I mean? He seen him about a week ago. I seen them last week. I just seen them in LA. They was all smiles and giggles. I'll see them at the BET weekend. What? They will be out there. They will be out here. Excuse me. They will be out here. Everybody comes to BET weekend. BET weekend is gonna be a vibe. BET weekend is gonna be a vibe. is what Wack says. And he's saying, you guys, that he will see Gillie the Kid and Wallo at BET weekend. So that's what I want to ask everybody in the chat. That's what I want to say in the chat, you guys. That's what I want to ask the chat. Will Gillie the Kid and Wallo go to BET weekend after Wack's comments? I'm asking the chat right now. Everybody share this video. Everybody share this video. Let's go. Appreciate everybody tapping in. Let them know the hottest new blogger is up in here, Mikey T, the movie star, and I'm talking that shit, that real shit. Mikey, what up? What up, Toronto? We got Toronto in the building. Shout out to Drizzy Drake. Drake is a cool ass dude. Actually approached me and called me a gentleman and shit. That shit stuck with me all this time. But I put up a poll right now. I need everybody to vote in the poll. Do you think that Gillie the Kid and Wallo will go to BET weekend after Wack's comments? Wack 100, he said, I just seen them in LA. They was all smiles and giggles. I'll see them BET weekend. They will be out here. Everybody comes to BET weekend. BET weekend is going to be a vibe. Shit is crazy, man. Shit is crazy when it comes to this situation. We've seen type of situations like this in the past. And what has it done? Aside from getting celebrities uninvited to events. Wack 100 is talking about wanting to confront Gillie and Wallo during BET weekend. How are you going to come out on the internet and say some shit like that? I mean, normally, you guys, somebody would keep their mouth shut. And then when you run into the person, you would check the temperature. You know what I'm saying? You would normally check the temperature. Yo, what's going on with that whole situation? Did you really feel that way? Why didn't you stop Jay Prince from saying I was a snitch, saying I was a rat on your show? If you really want to discuss it like that. But we've heard Wack in a prior statement. Wack was saying that he ran into Gillie and Wallo in a hotel lobby. He ran into them in the lobby, and he said, if it was what it is, we could have turned up there. This guy is just running around thinking about turning up. We got a 50-year-old man running around thinking about turning up every lobby he goes in. You better not. I hope he doesn't go in the wrong lobby. Yeah, I'm not talking about the Marriott lobbies, you guys. I'm not talking about the Ritz-Carlton lobbies. I mean, if those are the lobbies that you want to pollute and politic in, by all means, you know what I'm saying? You might find a couple people there who remember the game song "How We Do" from back in the day. You know what I'm saying? You might find a couple people who in there. It's unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? You might find a couple people in there vibing with you off of Hate It or Love It. You might sell off a couple of those Ray J sunglasses. But let's be real, man. When you're calling out certain people in situations like this, you're only going to find yourself asked out of the event. Wack 100 is at the point in his career where, getting invited to, the BET Awards, getting invited to any of these award shows, any of these public gatherings, it's vital. Unless you just want to be on Clubhouse, unless you're content being on Clubhouse, you know what I'm saying? Now, once you get disassociated with all of these events because you want to be the badass, you want to play Suge Knight, you know what I mean? Pulling up on everybody's set. We all saw how that played out for Suge, pulling up on everybody's set. You've said it yourself. I'm going to take your lines and throw them back at you. As a rapper once said, I think it was 50 who actually said that. Yeah, I'm drinking this Red Bull tonight, you guys. I'm having a ball here on this live video, man. I need everybody in here. Share this video. Hit that like button, man. Hit that like button if you support the channel. Hit that like button and share this video if you want to see Mikey T become the king of the bloggers. I'm on my way, but salute to everybody else doing their thing as well, man. I'm fitting in where I get in. You know what I'm saying? And just know I got some big shit coming in the near future, man. Big interviews, and I'm actually going to be doing an exclusive interview pretty soon as well. I'm going to be doing an exclusive interview as well, but I got some big interviews planned for the channel, man, with some of the biggest stars. I'm talking about Billboard charting artists, you guys. I'm back at it, but I love everybody tuning in to watch me live because we get to build like this. But if you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of my live videos, you guys. So let me check out the poll. Will Gillie the Kid and Wallo go to the BET weekend after Wack's comments? 71% of the people in the chat say yes. If you guys have not voted in the poll, vote in the poll right now. CEO, I seen you actually say, yeah, Drake was so cool for that. Yeah, we was actually chopping it up with Rick Ross at the time because my guy Dice was working with Rick Ross through Bang'em Smurf. So we were chopping it up with Ross, and then Drake popped up out of the tour bus. This was at the Pop That Music video shoot a few years ago. If you guys want to see my behind the scenes of the video, just type in Mikey T, the movie star, French Montana, Pop That. You know what I'm saying? But Drake popped out of the tour bus. Drake came over, and before he even went to Ross, he actually introduced himself to all of us. He was like, "What's up, gentlemen?" He's like, we introduced, and I made sure to tell him my name and shit like that because, you know, that's Drizzy at that point. You know what I'm saying? That's Drizzy. I'm like, I'll be damned. I'll be damned if I don't tell Drake who the hell I am. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the opportunity I got to meet Diddy when I first was in the position to meet Diddy at the Shot Caller remix video with French, Diddy, and Rick Ross. I was actually there at the video shoot. Salute to my brother Arizona Slim, always putting me on. Rest in peace to my brother Chinks, always showing love every time. You know what I'm saying? So I got a chance to meet Diddy that day, and he was there, and I was like, yo, I'm not letting Diddy leave this building without me introducing myself. You know what I'm saying? That's the determination. That's the ambition that I have in this game, you guys. Please, please just know that I go out there and I try to do the best content every single day. So let me see. Let me get back to this because Wack had a little bit more to say, you know, after saying that he wants to see, Gillie the Kid and Wallo at the BET weekend, which is a little crazy to me because, yeah, I want to tap in on that a little bit more because we saw what happened with 50 Cent and Fat Joe at the award show. You know what I mean? When they were actually both on the stage taking shots at each other. We've seen other things happen at the Source Awards with, you know, Pac and Suge, you know, Snoop Dogg. You know what I'm saying? Puff Daddy trying to calm things down. We saw these episodes happen. You know what I mean? All Q-Tip and Tupac, even Benzino has spoken about that with me. You know what I'm saying? All these different type of events, all this static. And, you know, we saw what happened with Dr. Dre and Suge Knight at the Vibe Awards. You know, it's not a cool situation to do for the artist under you. You know what I mean? Whack 100 gets discontinued from coming to any of these award shows. Where does that leave Savvy Third? Where does that leave Blueface? You really got to look at the artists under you, man. You really got to look at the people coming under you. There's going to be no more award show visits. There's going to be no more special, you know what I mean? Gratuities, you know what I mean? There's going to be no more special occasions or whatever for you to come to these shows. People are going to be afraid of actually inviting you to these shows based on that. Yeah, exactly. That whole Young Buck situation was crazy. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that's when people said it was over for Suge. But you want to know what the honest thing about that is? Suge in 2005, when that happened, knew it was over for him as well. Wack 100 said some very crazy shit about Death Row, about the fact that their run, the height of their run was really between 92 and 96. A lot of people like to discredit Snoop Dogg. You know what I'm saying? Let's not go there tonight. Snoop Dogg has moved more units than anybody could ever dream of moving. You know what I mean? There's only a few artists that have moved more units than Snoop Dogg. I'm talking 50 Cent. I'm talking Eminem. You know what I mean? I'm talking let me think, who's another one that did? I'm talking Lil Wayne. There's only a few people that moved a few more units than Snoop at the height. Like, come on, man. These dudes like to forget history real quick. Freaking Dr. Dre released an unofficial Snoop Dogg album and it sold 250,000 records in a week. Like, come on, man. People that forget history, they want to discredit history so much. Like when the game was saying that we don't know Dr. Dre for Snoop Dogg. Are you out of your rabbit ass mind? We don't know Dr. Dre for a West Coast artist? Game, let me be real to you, man. One of the reasons that the game popped off is because he was on almost on some of that East Coast shit, coming over here and doing certified gangsters, coming over here and working with 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? Snoop Dogg didn't need to do none of that bullshit to sell some records. He didn't need to come and compromise his whole style. World Star put this shit up. Snoop Dogg didn't need to come and compromise his whole style in order to get the love from the fans like the game did. The game came over here and worked with Dipset. Suge Knight would have never allowed that shit. The game came over here and signed under an East Coast rapper. Never mind signing under Dr. Dre, Jimmy Iovine. Put another name under that shit. Curtis Jackson. Signed under a guy that just made it 2 years before him. How embarrassing. People want to talk about we don't know Dr. Dre for a West Coast artist. Game, are you even really a West Coast artist? I'm going to need you to come on the show, Game, and explain to me what West Coast records you did. Because that California vacation ain't doing it for me, bro. California vacation ain't doing it for me, bro. Guy does Compton with Will.i.am. Gonna tell me about being a fan. Gonna tell me about being a fan. He does a song called Compton with Will.i.am. I'm just capping though. I love that song. That was an awesome song on the game's second album. I love that song. I'm sorry, y'all, to go into that rant right there. I was just speaking my truth as a fan. You know what I'm saying? Because that kind of like got on my nerves when the game actually said that we don't know Dr. Dre for creating a West Coast artist. Tupac wasn't really from the West Coast. He was actually from New York. He went to Juilliard or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like they want to discredit that type of shit. You know what I mean? What do you mean? My channel is better than ever. You're bugging. Go do 118 live viewers on your channel, bro. I don't think you can do it. I don't think you can do it. I don't think you can do it. I don't think you can hang. But if so, go study up real hard. Watch your favorite Mikey T, the movie star videos, just like they did, and you'll be there one day. Watch your favorite Mikey's T, the movie star videos, and you'll be there one day. But let's get back into it, man, because you know Wack had to go in on Jay Prince. You know, it was asked if this was something Larry Hoover could be freed for, wouldn't you be subpoenaed? You know, that's one of the biggest things about the Larry Hoover footage, right? The fact that Larry Hoover could have been released based on a pardon. You know what I mean? He could have been released based on a pardon. If this footage that is allegedly in Wack 100's possession and the woman's possession that did it, like a few clips of that could have actually helped Wack 100 or helped Larry Hoover, excuse me, in his official pardon. Wack 100 shut down those claims though. Wack 100 is like Kanye West is the one who took the real hit. Let me answer y'all. Y'all remember when everybody got mad at Kanye for putting a MAGA hat on? Yeah, I remember this clearly. You know what I mean? I remember this clearly. Kanye took the hit. Kanye was trying to get Donald Trump to reinstate that one-step act so we could get an appeal, and he got it done. Kanye West took a hit because the whole world said, F you, you're a sellout. But this whole play was to befriend Trump and to get Trump to reinstate the one-step act. You do this for me, I'll do this for you. Kanye West helping get votes in favor of Trump. A lot of people said that's why Trump was helping Lil Wayne, helping Kodak Black to get votes in favor of him. You did this for me, I'll do this for you. Simple as that. Someone said I never knew that in the clubhouse. And that kind of struck me as weird. You know what I mean? Like, because the whole world, you know what I mean? The whole world remembers Kanye West putting on the MAGA hat. The whole world should remember Kanye West actually sitting down with Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? The whole world should actually remember Kanye West sitting down with Donald Trump because he took such scrutiny from it. Everybody on the internet was kind of like, yo, bro, you're bugging. Bro, what the hell are you doing? Bro, you're tripping. Same thing happened to Lil Wayne. You know, Lil Wayne copped out in his case. I believe he pled guilty in his case in order to get the case over with by the time that Donald Trump was leaving office in order to get his pardon. That's why Lil Wayne pled out in that case, that federal case. Quote, federal case. What up, DC? We see DC is in the building. Much love to DC. Appreciate everybody. If you wherever you're tapping in from, make sure you shout out your city. I'll shout out your city as well. So Kanye took the hit. Kanye was trying to get Donald Trump to reinstate that one-step act so he can get an appeal, and he got it done. Kanye took a hit because the whole world said, F you, you're a sellout, but this whole play was to befriend Trump. So basically, you guys, to put that along the lines of something that we've seen, Lil Pump kind of lost his career messing with Donald Trump. One of the reasons Pump's career has been doing so bad is because of the fact that he messed with Donald Trump. Kanye West took a similar hit. A lot of people were bugging out when Kanye West linked with Trump. I need everybody to share this video. Everybody hit that share and hit that like button as well. Much love to everybody in here. So Kanye West took that hit, but you know what, man? Let's be honest. The fact is Kanye West has music that has stood the test of time. Lil Pump really only had one or two songs. One song, really. I mean, unless you were really into Skid It. Maybe he had that other song that actually had Extension on it. But Pump definitely had a career, bro. He signed like an $8 million deal with Warner Brothers, homie. And then he got out of it and got to keep the money. The dude made quite a few dollars off of the hip hop industry. But a lot of things he's been doing. What up, Yak Town, Millionaire, Michigan on the check-in. Much love to Michigan. I've appreciated all the opportunities that I've gotten from artists in Michigan, man, between Bazaar, Royce the 5'9". So much love to anybody from Michigan on the tap in, and salute to Millionaire 100. LaShawn, what's going on? LaShawn Harris in the building. What's popping, Mikey T? Everything's good. The Gooch. Much love from Baltimore. Salute to Baltimore. Much love to Baltimore. Salute all the people that I mess with out there, man. Some of the top bloggers out there and shit that I mess with as well. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to a couple different people. 10 Toes Down. You know what I'm saying? Yup. He did a big yep. Buffalo. Benny the Butcher actually had me out there. Christmas time, 2018. Literally, we did the interview in December. Benny the Butcher is a real one, man. Benny the Butcher is a real one. If you guys haven't seen that, just type in Mikey T, the movie star, Benny the Butcher. One of my most classic interviews right there, you guys. Jay Star, what up? What up, bro? What's popping with you, man? Randy Mack, what's good, bro? All good. We're really just getting into it. You really just missed the call out. You really just missed the call out Wack 100 did on Gillie and Wallo, which is kind of crazy because of where he told them he was going to see them. You know what I mean? You really got to put shit in perspective. A lot of people, we've heard them say shit like, "Oh, I don't care about my rap career, this and that." I don't. Well, bro, your rap career is what's going to make you bread. Your rap career is what you've been bragging about. Your rap career is why you aligned yourself with a rat in the first place. What up, J Star? What's popping? New York is in the building. Much love to everybody tapping in from New York. Just know that's one of the states that I got my start in. Being from Connecticut, I had basically a lot around me. You know, Massachusetts. Massachusetts is a dope area. Millie's out there. Terminology out there. You know what I'm saying? Massachusetts is a dope area when it comes to music. Boston, Cambridge, all those areas in Massachusetts. Then I had New York right there. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Connecticut, we got one of the best or a bunch of the best places to perform. My brother RBH actually put me up on going to Toad's Place a whole lot. He would always perform at Toad's Place. I actually interviewed Immortal Technique at Toad's Place. Came full circle with that one, was downstairs at Toad's Place and everything. And then we had New York right there, all the different boroughs, the Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Harlem, all the boroughs. You know what I'm saying? I had everything right here on the East Coast. Moved down, Jersey. Salute to Fat Boy, SSE. You know what I'm saying? Salute to my guy Bari. Salute to my bros out there. Salute to Sue Surf. You know what I'm saying? Skinny from the Nine caught it a little bit earlier. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get how somebody could call themselves the hottest in Jersey when Sue Surf is obviously hotter. Yes, that is a shot. That is a shot. And then Philly, Pennsylvania, because you know Philly's big. Pennsylvania's big. You got Philly, you got Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. But yeah, let me get on with this here. So Wack went on, he said, Trump reinstated the one-step act that made Larry Hoover eligible for an appeal. So now, because I knew this and I was doing some business with Ye, this shit had nothing to do with none of them. When they brought me to the table, they brought me to the table. So Wack is explaining here pretty much what I've theorized over the last couple days. I knew it. I 100% knew it. You're not going to get anything by me. I've been buying hip hop albums literally since you know what I mean? Whatever, 1999 probably. I probably didn't have enough money to buy one in 98. But by the time I was 11, you better bet your ass I was buying some of my own albums from Strawberries. I remember buying tapes though. You know what I'm saying? On the real, I remember buying tapes and shit like that. So yeah, I'm not just gonna, stun out like that. I would save my money for the albums and shit like that. I would save my money for the music and shit like that. Not that I could buy every one. I remember being there at the store, like having to choose between two, and I'm like, oh man, no, do I want this one or do I want this one? So this shit is really serious, man. Because Wack is saying here pretty much what I said over the last few days. It was pretty obvious. Wack got this opportunity to work with this woman who had Larry Hoover footage. She had a Larry Hoover interview, which is golden. You know what I mean? It's golden. You could do so much with it as long as you got the signed off qualification to do what X with it. You know what I'm saying? Whether we're talking Netflix, whether we're talking MTV, whether we're talking Amazon Prime, whatever outlet, whatever distribution network we're talking about. Peacock is even there as a big one. They did Bel Air. You know what I mean? All these different networks could come into play when we're talking about this footage, when we're talking about the amount of this footage. We're talking about 5 hours of footage, you guys, 5 hours of content that could easily be dished into multiple, series, multiple seasons. Bro, you capping, man. You capping, bro. Stop taking me away from this genius, bro. Y'all, that's like interrupting Jay-Z when he did Reasonable Doubt. Please. Don't break me away from this genius, bro. You wouldn't step into Max B's session and say a word. You wouldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight, homie. You wouldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight, homie. Coming in here and interrupt. You probably would meet Jay-Z and wouldn't have a damn word to say. Hell, you would probably meet you would probably meet Tony Yayo and not have a word to say. You know what I'm saying? So please leave me to my genius. So Wack was explaining that he brought the footage to Kanye, and I knew that. I absolutely knew that. I was like, yo, he's doing the Larry Hoover concert. They've actually done the Drillmatic joint where he got Kanye to do a song called Easy with Game. Obviously, if he had this Larry Hoover shit in his possession, he's going to bring that to Kanye West. But the fact of the matter is, Kanye West told Wack. Kanye West was like, Wack, I don't really deal. You know what I mean? I don't really deal with this type of shit. You know what I mean? I don't really deal with this type of shit. This is kind of confusing to me. Jay Prince exposed this text message. A text message I don't think Wack 100 would ever expose. When you got Kanye West texting you back saying, I don't really understand what the hell you're talking about, man. This is not something I really get. Talk to Jay Prince. Wack's not going to expose that, but he wants to come out here and say, Jay Prince, Jay Prince, Jay Prince, where are you? You know what I mean? He wants to come out here and say, Jay Prince, you're not responding to me exposing these messages. Well, you're not exposing all the messages. You're exposing the messages that actually detail and actually defend your narrative. You're not releasing the message where Kanye West is texting you and saying, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Wack. You're going to have to deal with Jay Prince, man, because you're bugging me out and I'm trying to make Gold Digger Part 3. You know what I mean? I'm in here making my beautiful dark twisted fantasy Part 2, and you're bugging me out right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Wack 100 and Kanye West, you know what I mean? These guys, honestly, I could see why they're not seeing eye to eye. Because Wack 100 just expects to use the biggest name. He expects to every time. You know what I mean. Let's say he's playing with cards. He's expecting to get the face card. He's expecting to get the ace card. No, bro. No, bro. 2 + 2 = 4. Add another 6 and then put an ace on top of it, and you're there. Like, come on, man. Sometimes you got to have the building blocks. Kanye West wants Jay Prince involved. You involve Jay Prince. You do whatever is necessary to do to involve Kanye West. What up, J Star? Bro. Let me light this back up. I'm finishing off this sour diesel. Actually, I got a tiny bit more. I'm gonna smoke after the show. It's my birthday this weekend. That's why I put the Bel Air Rose up. I put that shit on chill. I'm gonna be drinking that shit tomorrow. That's why I said I'm gonna have to go get another one for the that's why I said I'm gonna have to go get another one. I'm gonna have to go get another one for the for the set. You know what I mean? Nothing serious. Below. Below, you're still on that biscotti, bro? Hell yeah, biscotti's good. Biscotti's good. That shit puts you to sleep, though, bro. That shit puts you to sleep, though, bro. That shit put me right to sleep. I was shocked because, I was smoking it. I was like, yo, man, all right, I'm going to try an eighth just because I really have liked biscotti in the past, but it was only like 16%. So I really wasn't, you know what I mean? I was, not if you keep spamming the chat, bro. Be respectful in the chat. It's the number one rule. So let me see where I'm at with this. So Wack exposed it. Wack is the one who exposed the fact that it's over here. Y'all haven't heard nothing about this lady come out of Jay Prince's mouth or none of the Hoover family's mouth. This shit was done in 1998. You haven't heard, you know what I mean? You haven't heard no press, no demands, no nothing. But I'm the bad guy. I should have shut up and let her put it out, and dudes discovered it that way. Well, yeah, Wack, that's 100% correct. You should have secured a deal. You should have secured a deal and then started processing the deal, started determining what was going to happen under that deal, what the footage was going to become. Not jump on the internet. Not jump on the internet and get the whole community stirred up about some unofficial Larry Hoover footage. You know what I mean? Especially when Larry Hoover has people defending him, credible people defending him, credible people that can go to any podcast. They could hit up Charlemagne. They could hit up Charlemagne. They could hit up Envy if they wanted to do the Breakfast Club. They could hit up Charlemagne if they wanted to do television. You know what I mean? You're actually messing with somebody now who could get you blocked. And now you want to call out Gillie. You want to call out Gillie. You want to call out Gillie, you guys. And you want to put your relationship with BET on the line now? Now Wack 100 is going to put his relationship with BET on the line. So now I understand BET doesn't play videos like they used to. So now you're going to put the game's relationship with BET in jeopardy because you're the one who's supposed to be handling the game's situation. Oh, game, you're dealing with Wack 100? Game, you've kind of had a questionable list of management from Jimmy Henchman to Wack 100. You know what I'm saying? You've kind of had a bit of a questionable history when it comes to management. Like, what's going on? Game, we're going to pass on this one. And it's called Drillmatic. We're going to pass on this one. But be sure to let us know when you're no longer involved with Wack 100. We'll be more than happy to invite you back to the BET Awards when your manager isn't, trying to say he's going to run into people at our show. Well, everybody's going to be watching the BET Awards, Don Pablo. Everybody's going to be watching the BET Awards in 2 short weeks. The 26th. Everybody's going to be watching it. But will the game be but will the game be edited out over his manager? Isn't this about the time where the guy fires the manager, you guys? Once the manager actually does all this shit that jeopardizes his career, isn't it about time to let him go? Do not know the date. Game has been saying a couple different things. I'm not sure of the date. Go check his Instagram and check back in, Rez, and let me know. You're bugging, bro. You're bugging, bro. I'm going to be watching the BET Awards. You're bugging, man. I mean, but that's because this is what I do for, a living. You know what I mean? I come on here and I talk about what's going on in the music industry. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, I'm going to be watching the obviously I'm going to be watching the BET Awards. You know what I'm saying? Cushington was popping. DJ Drama was official in regard to what, bro? What was you talking about? What was you talking about in regard to Who Kid and DJ Drama, Alfred? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Don Pablo. You know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of us were kind of done with the award show type shit a few years back. But honestly, man, with a lot more artists coming into the game and a lot of these artists actually getting nominations, even different websites getting nominations, it actually adds some interest factor to it to me. Well, well, see, Henny, I guess you're missing out on some great performances then, bro. You know what I'm saying? I guess you're missing out on some of the reasons that we all tuned into it in the first place to see what artists would actually do to, enhance their performances. A lot of artists be spending their own guap on the performances and shit like that. Think Suge Knight actually explained that, but obviously over the years we've seen all different types of props and setups for different artists and shit like that. I wonder who's on the list this year to perform. That'd be something interesting to know. But the awards are coming up in 2 weeks. Who is performing at the 2022 BET Awards? Let me just give it a quick Google search. BET Awards 2022. Take a look back at 5 artists and their first ever. See. Let me see. Let me see. I guess Drake has a lot of nominations this year, as well as Doja Cat. I'm trying to see who's performing. I can't get an idea of who's performing actually. But this is first 5 names I see are crazy actually. It's the only one left, G Money. It's the only one left, bro. We had the Source Awards. We had the BET Awards afterwards. We had the VMA Awards, and then the Movie Awards, which would be cool because you'd have some performances sometimes. You know what I mean? You'd have some performances sometimes. I'm into the awards, the best new artist. I'm into the, best collaboration, best artist of the year, male, best artist of the year, female. It's always interesting to see who wins those. And there's some nominations on there you wouldn't actually expect. But yeah, let's get away from the BET Awards here. Let's get back into what we were talking about. So Wack is like so Wack was actually talking about the pardon. Wack was talking about the footage that they have out there that is supposedly, could put Larry Hoover up for eligibility to be pardoned. That's what they're pretty much saying. They're saying this footage that they have in their possession, Wack 100 and Co., could actually free Larry Hoover. Wack is saying now they're doing that every day in prison, keeping note on him, everything that he does. Because they're saying this footage, Larry Hoover is telling the world about all of his changes. It's going to be footage that will, quote unquote, humanize Larry Hoover. But Wack says they're keeping note on him. He said, let me tell you something. They are keeping note of his reform every day in prison. They're showing if he had a fight, if he was involved in anything, if he got caught with contraband. That's what the board is going to look at. So somebody on Clubhouse hit Wack 100 back and was like, what makes you the judge in saying what could get him out? And Wack is like, the man didn't ask about the judge. I'm simply telling you, you're talking about reform. What the parole board is going to look at, they're going to look at what's been noted on his day to day in prison, not what he's got to say. Not what he's got to say. I mean, shit, anybody can jump on the internet and say all types of shit. Anybody can jump up in their diary and say all types of shit. If you're going to say all the most positive shit about yourself in your personal blog, I mean, I don't think that's going to hold enough weight. You're going to need other people to speak on your behalf. You're going to need people that were involved in some of the situations that got you locked up to actually speak on the fact that they're over it. You know, that's one of the biggest things when it comes to parole hearings. If you get somebody from your case who's continuously showing up and saying, I don't want him out of jail at this point, your parole, your probation, whatever it is, it will most likely be denied as long as that person is there, making sure that she or he shows up to talk to that board, to talk to all these people and saying, no, I still feel strongly about this, unless the person has a change of heart. You know what? I've come to terms with it over the last few years. I realize everybody's made mistakes. Or you have the opposite. Oh no, that dude should burn. That dude should burn in hell, fire and brimstone, all type of shit like that. I don't want to see him ever walk in the streets again. I don't want him ever to walk the streets again while I'm walking the streets. What type of justice are you going to get from me? These are the type of scenarios that you're going to get going into these type of meetings. I'm giving you guys both ends of the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you guys both parts of the field, man. You got to draw that line. 10 Toes Down came on the channel. He talked about accountability. If you haven't seen that, I suggest you go check that interview out. Okay, we got Brownsville in here. Everybody in the chat, make sure to shout out the city and the state that you're repping. Make sure to let me know where you're tapping in from. Also, what you're blazing. Let me know what you're smoking on, man. What city and state you're tapping in from. I'm the host, Mikey T, the movie star. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe right now. I'm going to be doing a special live tomorrow, early afternoon. Early afternoon, you guys. 5 p.m. Expect me on live tomorrow. But let me see. Let me get a little cush break, you guys. We got to finish off this topic about Wack 100. He had some bullshit to say about Gillie, seeing Gillie. He has some bullshit to say about seeing Gillie. And then he also had some things to say about Jay Prince and the Larry Hoover footage, which we're covering right now. But let me get okay, you got a little Blue Dreamer. Okay. San Antonio. That's love, bro. San Antonio on the tap in, man, all the way from Texas. All the way from Texas. B-Lo's in the building. Brooklyn's in the house. Without a doubt, I'm the blogger with clout. They don't be yapping about. Yeah, they don't want me to grow. They don't want me to shine. They don't want me to grow. They don't want me to shine. Let me know what city. Let me know what state you're tapping in from. Let me know what you're blazing, y'all. Let me know what you're smoking. City and state. We got Elizabeth, New Jersey. Elizabeth, New Jersey. What up, Holt? What's popping with you, Holt? Appreciate you for tapping in. If you're in here for the first time, make sure you subscribe to the channel. You are in the ultimate reaction, the ultimate interaction video. There ain't no other bloggers out there who interact with the chat more than your boy Mikey T. Let's get it. Nick Miller. That's my guy, Nick Miller. Salute my dog, Mikey T. Lily, what's going on? What's popping with you tonight? Lily's in the house. You know, I'm off that hen dog tonight. Finished up the Douce. I was either going to get a big bottle of Douce tonight, but I was like, let me chill on that. Let me tap in with the hen dog and really see the difference. Henny hits you a little bit stronger maybe, but still I got to actually analyze that a little bit more. Salute, salute. We got Philadelphia Eagles in here. Philadelphia Eagles in here. Major salute my boy right there. Phillies baby. What's up? She says, I know the feeling, Mikey. Keep shining though. That's right. As long as you're in here supporting the channel, I can keep on shining. Appreciate everybody that shows love. Y'all breathe life into what I'm doing. Y'all breathe life into what I'm doing, man. Just know we going to the top of this shit. We going to the top of this shit, you guys. And it's all going to be the same too. It's all going to be the same when we're at the top of this shit. Except it's going to be a whole lot more balling. Vegas. We got Vegas up in here. Okay. Vegas in the building tonight. Problems with my wife, I don't discuss them. Go to hell. Let me tell you about Jay Prince. Let me tell you about Jay Prince from Texas in the streets. His name is good. Trust me. I F around with rap a lot. So whatever Wack 100 is bitching, if his name is not good in the streets, like Jay Prince, is that continued, bro? Oh, he's no good. My bad. I thought there was a lot more coming with that. Appreciate you, Go to Hell, man. Appreciate you, man. Don't know exactly why your name is Go to Hell. If that's an indication of possibly where you want me to go, I mean, it is what it is, I guess. Gotta show love. Gotta show love. That energy is reciprocated. Yep. That's why you gotta make sure that appreciation is initiated. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta make sure of that shit. Unintentional bar. Or maybe that wasn't intentional when I was like, let me think a little rhyme scheme on that one. Let me get back to this though. I gotta take this last hit. Wack is like, listen, I'm gonna say this. We all know that he ain't just woke up and did the interview with a complete stranger. There's a whole lot of letters, a whole lot of shit they don't want to mess with. These dudes ain't woke yet. Wow, that's the first time I've ever mentioned being woke on my channel. From Wack 100. Wack. Woke? Really? I'm not sure if woke is the correct term to be using here when you're promoting an album from a guy who's about 7-8 years past his prime. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you're really using the term woke accurately here. But so he said, this is crazy. He said, there's a whole lot of letters, a whole lot of shit that they don't want to mess with, meaning they got a whole lot of proof. You know what I mean? There's a whole lot of proof, is what Wack is saying, that's going to defend their case. There's a whole lot of shit that's going to defend their case, actually. Wack is like, let me tell you what I'm not lying about. Being woke. Again, you're going to have to kind of get an understanding of that. I'm going to tell you what I'm not lying about. She did the interview. I'm not lying about that. She's in the camera. A man like Larry Hoover ain't going to just wake up and interview with anybody. Well, Wack, that's completely inaccurate. Rappers every single day wake up. They literally wake up and they interview with random people every single day of the year. Every single time that a reporter comes to Larry Hoover's cell, every time a reporter goes to the cell of somebody locked up in order to get a story that will grace a magazine, a documentary, a film, they won't know the reporter that is coming to see them. So that's a tad inaccurate. Every time somebody would go visit whatever incarcerated individual we want to bring up of notoriety, they would have many different reporters come to them. Now, some of them would take to them more appropriately. They would build a relationship. They would end up writing books with certain reporters after building that relationship. But rappers outside of jail, musicians outside of jail, musicians inside of jail, just criminals inside of jails in general will interview with people all the time without actually knowing who the hell they are. So that information is just a little bit inaccurate. It's happening all the time out here. All the time. If you're telling me that when a rapper goes on a media run that he never knows, you know what I mean? That he never, you know what I'm saying? But he never actually, damn, man. Come on, man. Don't throw me off with that shit. Randy, you're what the hell, man? Why are you doing that to him for? Okay. The Game's album date is June 17th. Are you kidding me? The Game is going up against Gucci Mane's The Re-Up album? Shit. So Game's album is dropping on the 17th, and the Gucci Mane Re-Up album is dropping on the 17th as well. So I'm going to put it up in the chat. Who's going to sell more units? I want to know who's going to sell more units first week. They're dropping on June 17th. Game should have pushed it back a week. You don't drop on the 17th. I never drop anything on the 17th because of Gucci Mane. He'll get pissed. All right, I'm putting the poll up right now, you guys. Yeah, Hulk. I'm not really all too sure after Jimmy Henchman's arrest when Wack 100 stepped in as the manager. But from what Wack 100 said in 2007, around that time, he was working with Ray J right around the time that Ray J did the song Sexy Can I with Young Berg. Yep. So that's something I do know, that's when the Wack 100 really said he started to get his name and notoriety in the industry. Now, as far as I think that would put that around the Game's LAX album time, 2007. Maybe 2008 was LAX. So maybe Wack. I've never done an interview with Wack, but nobody knows the freaking questions to ask the guy, I guess. Nobody asked Wack about when he got involved with the Game, during what album. I don't know. What up with your real life? Appreciate you for tapping in, bro. Everybody vote in the poll. I want to know who's going to sell more units first week. The Game's album Drillmatic is coming out on June 17th, and that's oddly the same day as Gucci Mane's Re-Up Gang. Re-Up 1017 Re-Up, I think it's called. Who's going to sell more? I want to know. I want to know who's going to sell more units. Everybody on here that's not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe right now. If you're not subscribed, subscribe right now. That's right, Philly J. Free AR. free AR, free the men, free Dark Low, free Skinny Me, free everybody from the OBH camp, man. Yeah, Kevin Gates is a monster, bro. Jose, we know about Kevin Gates. He'd really been doing his thing since his album Isola actually moved a ton of units, and he really shocked the world because a lot of people were really ready to press the switch. They're really ready to turn the switch on Kevin Gates. But then that album came out, man, and he really just shocked everybody. He really proved that he was a force to be reckoned with. Salute to Kevin Gates. He actually gave a song to AR-Ab as well. You know what I mean? Apparently told Ab, yo, this song is for you. I want you to make something off of this song. Yo, that's what's up, Philly J. I appreciate that. All that support from Philly. That shit means a lot, to be honest with you. I got a little fond now, and I'm learning a lot from you. Much love, and I respect you, and I hope you do well and keep on motivating, keep on staying motivated. And keep on working, bro. It'll take you far. Free the men, damn right. Kedrick, Gucci Man in the game are legends. Legends. That's right. They're legends, man. I really love the bodies of work that they've both put out. You know what I mean? Gucci Man, since he got out of jail, has put out so many bodies of work. Shit. Gucci Man, while he was incarcerated. Gucci Man, while he was incarcerated, put it out so many bodies of work. You know what I mean? He overflooded me while he was locked up. I never seen an artist do it like that. I had just got the address, Brandon, for everybody to write Dark Low a week or so back. I had reached out to Dark Low's people and got the address so people could reach out to Dark Low, and they actually sent that. What up, lady? What up, lady? Appreciate you. Appreciate you too, Jose. Appreciate you too, Jose. What does everybody think? Vote in the poll before we get back to this. Just taking a little breather. Just taking a little breather, but I want y'all to vote in the poll because the game's Drillmatic is coming out June 17th. June 17th, baby. But he's got a little bit of competition. Now Drillmatic has competition because Gucci Mane's re-up, 1017 re-up is coming out. You're going to have Fujiano on there. He's going to have Pooh Shiesty music on there. Scar. Is it Scar? It's Scar, right? Not Scarface. Scar. Lesser known, a couple lesser known 1017 guys. But that's the point of the 1017 re-up, is to introduce artists from his camp. Everybody vote in the poll right now and let me know what you think. So far, everyone's saying 1017 re-up is going to sell more. 83% of you guys say the 1017 re-up is going to sell more. Shit. How much do you really expect Gucci Man to sell with the 1017 re-up? You know what I mean? I'm expecting him to maybe move 25,000, 30,000 units because it's kind of mixtape styled. It's not necessarily an album style, What? I don't know. Man, Hulk, save that question for the end of the stream, Hulk. Save that question for the end of the stream, bro. I always do questions. If anybody in here is wondering, like, yo, Mikey T, can I ask you a question? If you want to ask a question immediately, you can send in a super chat. But at the end of my live podcast, you guys, I always do questions. I always do open questions. We always keep the discussion open here. We always keep the discussion open. I didn't know that Little Durk's Deluxe for the 7220 album, the 7220 album. I didn't know he was dropping a deluxe for that, but that makes sense because Little Durk could potentially go number one again for I think if he went number one again, it would probably be for the fifth week, not consecutive. You know what I mean? Not consecutive, but overall might be the third. You know what I mean? But, I'm heavy on Durk, so I'm going to say the fifth. Salute my brother Gillie the Kid. I still want that position at $1 million worth of game records. I'm gonna turn $1 million I'm gonna turn $1 million worth of game records into the hottest label out there. You're gonna see me in every city. Gillie, this is a message to you. This is a message to you, Gillie the Kid. Put me on as the A&R for $1 million worth of game records, and I will make it the biggest thing all over the country. We'll have all. Philly J says, Gucci Man, hands down. Gucci Man, hands down over the game. You know, the only reason I have low sales expectations, you guys, for the games, or not for the games album. The only reason I have low sales expectation for Gucci Man is because a lot of his albums that are, or a lot of his projects that aren't necessarily albums, you know what I mean? A lot of his projects are kind of mixtape based. A lot of them actually only sell 30 to 35,000 copies first week, you know, because people are kind of conditioned to, you know, purchase a Gucci Man mixtape compared to a Gucci Man album. You know, we're pretty much conditioned. We know the difference. When he drops East Atlanta Santa 2, or he drops Woptober, we know it's not the same thing as Everybody's Looking. You know what I'm saying? We know it's not. When he drops Radrick Davis versus the State, you know what I'm saying? When he drops out like The Appeal, we know it's different when he's doing these major label albums compared, and the sales are different as well. And Gucci Man knows how to differentiate it as well. You know what I'm saying? I know we've all followed Gucci Man over the times. He's spoken on his records with Swizz Beatz, kind of saying that it was the wrong way to go. Let me see. So let's see. So Wack clarified. Wack is like, let me tell you this. And he's speaking about Larry Hoover. You know what I mean? Because somebody said it's not just one piece of paper in regard to the pardon. He's like, it's not one piece of evidence, it's a whole package together, which is something that Larry Hoover Jr. explained. So either this person who's there talking to Wack on Clubhouse is not educated on the topic, didn't hear it, this, that, whatever. This, that, whatever. The fact of the matter is he is basically saying what Larry Hoover Jr. went onto various podcasts, $1 million worth of game, all these podcasts, and he's saying this. He's saying that when they asked for these clips of Larry Hoover speaking on his life, as Wack says, his life up until 1998, when they wanted these clips, they wanted to put them as a part of a package for a pardon. You know what I mean? Some people are getting it misinterpreted what you have to do for a pardon. You know, Wack clarifies, let me tell you this. Any of the victims, whoever the victims, if there were victims in any of his cases, I don't know his cases. Ain't none of them in there talking about nothing. It ain't nobody in there talking but him, her, and then another person he named. So Wack is basically shutting down the fact that there could be testimonies or realizations from people that were involved in his, you know, activity that were now coming to a realization that he served his time. He deserves to be out here. Maybe he could be out here and change the world. Wack 100 is saying there is nothing like that on the documentary. Would they? I mean, shit. We had not been told that there was anything like that on the documentary. Jay Prince isn't all over the internet saying, oh, there are victims there are people involved with Larry Hoover's case that are actually on this document. Terry, they're on there and they're talking about how Larry Hoover needs an opportunity. If that was the case, Jay Prince would be saying that. If that was the case, Jay Prince wouldn't, you know what I mean, just be talking about the potential. Jay Prince would be like, yo, there are past people involved in his cases that are on there saying shit that we need to get to the president of the United States. But Wack points it out there that that's not the case. It's just a man telling his story. Someone even chimed in. Don't you think he would have told his lawyer rather than a stranger? Wack is like, I don't know that this dude understands that we are talking about 6 life sentences on the Fed and state side. Now, Wack said pardons are restricted through federal. I think he actually meant state. I think he actually meant state because the federal situations are what you are able to be pardoned from. And is it not? I looked it up. I think it said that you're allowed to be pardoned federally. Lil Wayne's situation was a federal case. Kodak Black's situation was actually a federal case. There were some state situations that trying to think what state situations, what state situations actually was Trump not able to involve himself in. But yeah, vote in the poll right now. Who do you think is going to sell more units? Who's going to sell more units, Gucci Mane or The Game? They're both coming out on June 17th. It's kind of crazy. Game, I think you got a problem, bro. I think you got an issue here, man. I'm going to have to say this is going to definitely deplete some of the game's sales. You know what I mean? Because of the fact that people are going to be streaming other music. They have other music to stream that weekend. Game, you kind of chose a bad weekend. I bet Game kind of thought, oh, Gucci Mane really drops his albums in October. Let me see. Where are we at here? Let me get back to my notes. Wack is like, what I said is listening to him speak. I'm watching this in 2021. What I'm watching comes from 1998. So I watched the man pretty much tell a dude what was going to happen. I know what's happening because it's been happening. I watched this man in 1998 sit back and talk about where he's seen the streets going, the direction it was going. If this case wasn't implemented, and I'm like, damn, this is 1998. This dude really said what was going to happen 20 years in the future. He's really trying to sell this. He's really trying to sell this whole thing here, you guys. He's really trying to say he sold this whole thing. He's really trying to sell this documentary here, you guys, talking about this dude really said this was going to happen 20 years in the future. Wack is like, I don't hear Jay Prince coming over here. And Wack got pissed off about everybody on Clubhouse, kind of like dissing him. A lot of people throughout this interview would be taking shots at Wack 100, you guys. You know what I mean? So Wack was like, I don't hear Jay Prince coming over here and talking to you. Wack is the only one giving you conversation. Wack is the only one giving you conversation. So yeah, Wack 100 took it there. He's kind of sick of everybody else, taking advantage of his good nature. The fact that he actually goes on these clubhouses and gives these people these interviews, while Jay Prince kind of, he's not going to go and just talk to anybody. You know what I mean? He's not going to go like how Wack was saying. People don't just go and talk to anybody. Well, not when you can call Charlemagne. Not when you can call Gillie the Kid. You know what I'm saying? Not when you can call Scarface. Then at that point, you don't just talk to anybody. It's not like jumping on a clubhouse and talking to anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's a little there's levels to this shit. There's levels to this shit. You know what I'm saying? There's levels to this shit, Wack. I mean, shit. You do jump on the phone and just talk to anybody. Yeah, he meant to say state. He meant to say state. So Hassan brought up this whole issue with Jay Prince, Wack 100, Gillie the Kid. Jay Prince issues with Wack 100. We've got somebody taking claim for him. And the man's name who's taking claim for these issues is Hassan Campbell, you guys. Hassan said, I like how all this beef with Wack and Jay Prince and all the rest of that, everything started with Hassan Campbell. But they're trying to push me out and act like I didn't exist. It's a lot going on. Let me tell you about me and Wack. He sent for people to send for me on Clubhouse. I go to Clubhouse. And what's he talking about now? FBG Duck. Now may he rest in peace. Me and Mama Duck ended up going at it. Wack acted like he was trying to end the beef with her. He is annihilating her, but he's showing respect to me. Okay, this is a dude I made videos about. I made videos about him in game. So right there, Hassan Campbell realizes he's made videos about Wack in the past. You know what I mean? He knows like something's got to be up. Like, yo, man, I made videos about this dude. I done dissed him. I dissed his artist. I said all this type of questionable shit. You know what I mean? I said all this questionable shit about him. Why the hell is he showing me love? So Haas was explaining his situation where everything pretty much happened with Wack. They went over that a little bit, and he's like, moving along. This is how me and Wack came across each other. So now Wack is on Clubhouse, and anybody that's got a problem with Hassan Campbell has a problem with Wack 100. Wack 100 is the true definition of an undercover brother. You know, this is interesting because Jay Prince said the same thing about Wack 100, you guys. Wack 100 was, quote unquote, pretending to be friends of Jay Prince and all of them. Meanwhile, he was running behind their back with this interview footage of Larry Hoover. You know what I mean? He went back to go work on all this shit with Larry Hoover behind his back, working with the woman that went and did the interview. So Haas is like, it's a lot. It's a lot. We're going to travel through this conversation. Yeah, Wack is evil. It's showing. But the reality of it is, I'm not going to sit up here and paint a better picture of Jay Prince either. So I listened to Jay Prince. So the woman who has the documentary, the family chose her to go into the jail to document Jay Prince. To document Larry Hoover. You document him. The woman goes into the jail and she does a documentary on Larry Hoover. She has this for whatever amounts of time, and she wants to get paid for her work. Haas went on. So you got this woman, and I want y'all to pay attention. She went to go see Larry Hoover and do a documentary, and here's my problem with Jay Prince. This woman has his lifetime story and things y'all feel like is important to Larry Hoover's life. If you take this documentary from this woman and give it to Jay Prince is a multi-millionaire that made millionaires. That's sitting up here talking about not paying someone who put in work. This woman done went and put the work in, and he's trying not to pay. Now, we heard about the amount of payment. $20,000. $20,000. It sounds like a cheapo payment. You know what I mean? It sounds like hey, just take this money and walk away. Why would I walk away from something I could probably make, 20 times the amount you're talking about right now, or even more? Why would I walk away from a project that I worked so hard to create just because you're offering me $20,000? What is $20,000 going to do for me next year once I've spent it? Well, hopefully you spent it in the way where you can get your next documentary going. What are you talking about? I'm sitting on the documentary of a lifetime right now. I've got 5 hours with Larry Hoover, and you're telling me to sell it for $20,000? That is not smart. So listen. See, I don't like Wack anymore. Hassan's saying. See, I don't like Wack anymore. But at the same time, Wack is trying to negotiate a bag. Wack is trying to negotiate a bag so this woman can get paid. And Jay Prince don't want to give her nothing. Now, Larry Hoover is in jail. Shout out to Larry Hoover. Larry Hoover's son wants his dad to come home, but Jay Prince is a multimillionaire. So why don't you give her what she wants for the documentary? How are you going to tell her work is free? You're a multimillionaire. You know what I mean? You're a multimillionaire. How are you going to come with a petty Jay Prince had a whole situation in New York where he told New York rappers to go get the chain back that we're about to get into in just a second. So share this video. Share this video. Hit that like button. Everybody in here, hit that like button right now. Let's get this shit up to 100 likes. Let's get this shit up to 100 likes. Hit that like button right now, you guys. We ain't messing around in here, man. We got the best shit going on this channel. Listen. Hassan is like, Larry Hoover's son wants his dad to come home, but Jay Prince is a multimillionaire. So why don't you give her what she wants for the documentary? How are you going to tell her work is free? Especially if you're going to go on to every mainstream media outlet and say that this footage could actually free Larry Hoover. This footage could have actually freed him during the process of the pardon. Well, why didn't you put down your chips at that point? You know what I mean? The ball was in your court. If you were to offer some amount of money that somebody couldn't turn down, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? If you offer some money that someone's going to be afraid to turn down, the footage is yours. Or if you would have just been like, listen, just send us that few clips and we'll send you the 20 racks. Maybe it would be different. But if you're trying to buy all the footage for $20,000, like that's a little different. You're trying to buy somebody's history. You're trying to pay to take away someone's legacy. That's a legacy piece right there, you guys. That is a legacy piece that she does not want to give up. Haas went on. He's looking at her like he's looking at her like she's on welfare. Oh, no. This is Wack. He's saying he's looking at her like he's on welfare. That's how he's treating her. Wack jumped out the window because Wack knew I had audio of him dragging Jay Prince, and he was pretending to be Jay Prince's friend. And at the same time, Jay Prince is pretending to be his friend because there are no friends in the industry, you guys. Listen to that. Hassan Campbell just said he's dissing Jay Prince because Hassan has audio of Wack 100 already previously dissing Jay Prince. Probably what I was talking about earlier, all this shit about having somebody in your pocket. I got him on squeeze. I got him in my back pocket. He'll have you on his podcast, even though he probably doesn't know what to ask you. I'll tell him to make some shit up. All different types of shit like that, you guys. Let me take a look at the poll. If you haven't voted in the poll, vote in the poll right now. Vote in the poll right now. Who do you think is going to have the better first week album sales? June 17th, the games. Can you call it a highly anticipated album? Drillmatic. We've certainly been hearing about it for a long time. And out of the blue, Gucci Mane is dropping the 1017 re-up. Who do you guys think is going to move more units first week? Vote in the poll right now. If you haven't, We only got 54 votes in the poll. We got 120 people in here. So I want everybody to vote in the poll right now. Gucci Man 1017 re-up is actually leading with 67% of the vote. The game's Drillmatic is following with 33% of the vote. So everybody that wants to vote in the poll, you guys can vote right now, y'all. And for everybody in here, I'm going to be doing a live stream tomorrow at about 5 o'clock, just to let y'all know. My birthday weekend, I'm going to be out celebrating this weekend. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Vote in the poll right now if you haven't. Vote in that poll. Everybody's vote is critical right now. Gucci Man is leading with 66% over the game's Drillmatic. Who do you think is going to move the best first week units? Who's going to move the better first week units, you guys? Will it be the game, Drillmatic? Or will it be Gucci Man with the 1017 re-up? He's going to have Fujiano on there. He's going to have Pooh Shiesty on there. A few other guys. Scar, excuse me if I got that name wrong. Well, man, happy belated, bro. June 17th, we're Geminis. Randy Mack says that the game will move more units. The game will move more units than Gucci Man. You don't think a lot of people might go out there to buy some new Pooh Shiesty music, Randy? You don't think maybe Pooh Shiesty's music might be a contributing factor in them moving a few more units? And do you have any prediction? Does anybody have any prediction of what Gucci Man and Game will sell first week? Wack never promoted Game's Drillmatic. Yeah, that's crazy. We're 7 days away from the release, and he hasn't really promoted it. Everybody vote in the poll right now. If you haven't, who's going to sell more units first week? About to get back into the topic. You know, Hassan is talking some heavy shit here. So Wack is like, my whole thing is Wack 100. Whether I like him or not, you know, I have a spidey sense. I felt it. Like he said he felt that Wack was not the right type of dude. But when I left Wack with Academics and Takashi, he was hugging all over me. That's why that's why all I said was I seen teeth and smiles. So my whole thing is like when you sit back and you analyze this situation, Wack weaseled his way in because that woman wanted to get paid for her work. And she had all the rights to. Jay Prince sitting up there, acting like he's the realest dude out there, acting like he doesn't want to pay that woman. This is why I dissed Jay Prince the first time, because Jay Prince sat up. One of his artists got cut in New York City. So he told New York rappers, this is a roll call. Y'all got to get that chain back. I'm like, you haven't signed one rapper in New York City. This is Hassan speaking to Jay Prince. He said he told New York rappers, this is a roll call. Y'all got to get that chain back. I know y'all remember this. Jay Prince said it was a roll call on New York. Hassan Campbell spoke about this just a few days ago. I'm like, you haven't signed one rapper in New York City. Haas is like, I'm from the Bronx. Now, Hocus 4/5. I'm from Castleview. I'm from Soundview. Me and Hocus is cool. Hocus went out there and got that chain back on a plane. He got that chain back and got on a plane. I didn't see not one time Hocus 4/5 performing with Drake. I didn't see one time Hocus get the illest label deal. I didn't see not one time Hocus 4/5 doing concerts all around the world. How do you explain Hocus 4/5 putting out a roll call for Jay Prince, getting the chain back, and there was no reward for it. Outside of the fact that he can now call Jay Prince on the phone, who wants to talk to that old funky ass man? Like who? That's what Hassan Campbell said in regard to this. He said he was cool with Hocus 4/5. Jay Prince reached out. Jay Prince sent word out. Help. Look out for me like I would look out for you. Hocus 4/5, who's a good dude, actually went above and beyond, got the chain back, jumped on a plane, brought it back to Jay Prince. A lot of people have done a lot less. A lot of people have done the exact same. And a lot of those people jumped on that plane, flew out wherever they had to go, Cali, Miami, New York, wherever, Texas, to return the item. A lot of those people never came back. A lot of those people, when they did that, they never came back. They stayed with the celebrity. They stayed with the organization. They were shown the utmost respect. Hassan has a few complaints here. Hocus 4/5 puts everything on the line. Everything on the line. I'm talking about an emerging talent. I'm talking about a thriving YouTube channel. Hocus 4/5 has all his shit together. You know what I mean? Whether people want to acknowledge it or not, the fact that he has everything together. He puts all that on the line. We get a New York roll call. And then what does he get in return for it? All that grinding that he's been doing. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like Power of the Dollar era 50 Cent before he goes to G Unit or before he goes to Eminem and Dr. Dre. He's got the underground fully on his side, because believe me, Hocus 4/5 has the underground on his side. And that's why Hassan is saying this shit. He didn't see him with the Drake. He didn't see him with the Illest label. He didn't see him touring around the country. Three major elements, any of us on the underground, and I say us, myself included, any of us on the underground, on the cusp of taking this shit over. These are different things that we need in order to excel. So that's why I understand where Hassan is coming from here. He's pointing out a couple different factors. The fact of not wanting to pay somebody who went out there and did the ultimate, went out there and got an interview with Larry Hoover, a 5-hour interview, and you asked for $20,000 or you offer $20,000. It's absurd. You know what I mean? I would keep my footage as well, just to be 100, just to keep it 100. If somebody came at me with that bogus, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I see it from both ends of the angle. Wack 100 was offered as Kanye West being an executive producer, and he walked away from that. I would never do that in my life. You know what I mean? Your project goes from being worth 100 million to being worth 2 million. You know what I mean? Potentially 20 million. Good luck. You know what I mean? Good luck, because you just took away the opportunity of having a $20 million deal. You know, and then you look at the situation of, you know what I mean, Hocus 4/5 actually getting the chain back and then bringing it to him. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like nothing comes of the situation. Now, Hassan did say that they can call each other, they can relay information. That's a big person to have on your side, which brings me back to Hassan Campbell saying that Wack 100 jumped out the window. Wack 100 jumped out the window when he decided, okay, I'm going to take the side of this woman with the Larry Hoover footage, and I'm going to put all my relationships on the line between the Hoover family, Jay Prince, Kanye West, Drake, who was doing the concert and shit like that together. He's putting all those relationships on the line. He's jumping out the window, you guys. He's jumping out of the window on this one, man. Hassan Campbell, he's jumping out of the window on this one as well. But he's 2 + 2 makes four. You know what I mean? He sees what's going on with the Larry Hoover footage, and then he saw what happened a little bit earlier this year with somebody that he considers to be himself to be cool with. That's why I wanted to talk about tonight. Haas is saying, they're saying the documentary is worth his life. Why didn't you pay for it? From an outsider's perspective, what do? When she got evidence or footage of Larry Hoover that can clear this man, or it will plant a seed and make the people love this man, he is a legend, undisputed. Nobody can take that away from him. He is a legend. So my thing is, if this woman put her blood, sweat, and tears, why can't she get paid for it? Haas spoke on Wack versus Big U a little bit. What I learned about Wack, I personally don't believe Wack 100 and Big U is beefing. I believe they play good cop and bad cop. That's why Wack 100 keeps pointing out how Big U started dealing with Jim Jones when he had a fallout with Jim Jones. You got to realize Wack 100 and Big U came within the game with a plan together. Both of them, their game plan was to start a podcast. I don't really know if I agree with that. I mean, Big U was given a podcast opportunity with World Star Hip Hop. I don't even know if you could really call it a podcast. It was more like an interview segment. But so Big U got that opportunity to do a series called, like, what was it called? Check-In or something like that. Not sure if that is still going. Obviously, it had Big U all over World Star on the top box every single week. But I don't know if their intention was to ever come into the game together with mixtapes. I'm not sure if that's 100% accurate. But yeah, everybody was thinking, about Hassan and Wack having a podcast. So we're supposed to believe that this footage could save Larry Hoover's life. All this means is Jay Prince's, why didn't, he's saying, so we're supposed to believe this footage could have saved Larry Hoover's life. Why didn't Kanye West buy the footage? Hassan asked. At the end of the day, I'm mad at Wack because I feel like Wack lined me, but I'm more on Wack's side at this moment when it comes to Jay Prince. When it comes to Jay Prince, I'm siding with Wack 100. Can you guys believe that, man? Can you guys believe that? Here we are, 2 weeks removed from the audio being exposed on the internet. We're 2-3 weeks removed from the audio being removed and exposed or whatever on the internet, and now Hassan is taking Wack 100's side. Can you guys believe this shit? Haas went on. I'm not expecting Hocus to say this. Hocus went out and got a chain for this man. What was the reward? To take a picture? So you telling me a dude that went in the streets and retrieved the chain back, he got the chain back, and the only thing Jay Prince did was take a picture? Like we groupies? That's why I said what I said. That struck a nerve with Hassan Campbell. Hassan blowing up right now. Hassan making his name, stating his claim. And another dude, Hocus 4/5, coming out and doing his thing, going above and beyond. And he can't get his just due. He can't get his just due. But believe me, he is getting his just due because I see what he's doing on his YouTube page. I see how he's commanding interest. I mean, shit, I was actually just on a Clubhouse with him a couple days ago. So the fact that people are reaching out to him on a regular basis for interviews and all, I would do an interview with Hocus 4/5. You know what I'm saying? I would love to do an interview with Hocus 4/5. See, let me finish this Red Bull off, man. But just to see the attention that he commands, it says, and it shows you that he is getting respect out there. You know what I mean? Hassan Campbell has his thoughts. Why isn't he all over the country? Why isn't he? The Drake thing is a little bit far-fetched. You know what I mean? Because the Drake thing is a little bit far-fetched, but why not? You know what I mean? Why not? Jay Prince has done solid things for Drake, but I'm not going to come up here and just say that somebody should work with somebody just because they're like, yo, it's got to be an interest factor when it comes to the music as well. You know what I mean? Drake's not just going to work. Drake's not just going to go on somebody's platform. You know what I mean? It's got to be an interest factor as well. But like I said, man, I met Drake before, and he's a cool ass dude. You know what I mean? He's a respectful dude. Meeting me for the first time and referring to me as a gentleman. It just shows you the respect factor right there. Oh shit. Iceberg said that Hassan Campbell could have got the jewelry back as well. Damn, I didn't know that, Iceberg. Thanks for pointing that out there, though. But it says something to the guy who actually got the jewelry back. You know what I mean? It says something about the guy who actually got it back, you know, because I was sort of just explaining Hassan Campbell's at a point of his career where he's going through the roof. You know what I mean? Hocus 4/5, he's putting out consistent shit. And then he does something like this, which should be more acknowledged thoroughly. You know what I mean? It should put him on a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? It should put him on another level, in my opinion. You know, but it's going unacknowledged to the point where Hassan has to jump on the internet and spaz out about it. You know what I mean? Hold on a second. Anyways, so Hassan is like, Wack is deep cover, trying to act like he's trying to work on her behalf. But when I put out that audio of Gillie and Wallo getting punked and chumped by Wack 100, and he's saying how he putting the pressure on them, he putting the squeeze on them, and now they're sitting up there. Haas is like, if Wack was going to do a podcast, we would have killed the industry together. Oh, yeah, I know, bro. I was gassing this question. I was giving Hassan Campbell a snippet to take and put on his channel. And then Hassan Campbell was going to be like, got you, Iceberg! We have fun on this channel too, you guys. You know what I mean? We have fun on this channel. We know how to have a sense of humor on this channel. Damn. Let me introduce you guys. If nobody knows this bottle, you guys got to know this bottle. You guys got to know this. This is one of the best. Veuve Clicquot Rose. Veuve Clicquot Rose. That's like an $80 bottle right there. Go grab that shit. That shit is delicious, especially if you want to mess with the purple. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you want to mess with that purple drink, because I like purple champagne. All right, so let me see. I got to get a little something twisted up. Let me see, where's my next Dutch? We got to get back to the news, though. We got to get back to the news right here. Excuse me. Got to get back to the report. See what we got here. So Wack was, Hassan was saying that if him and Wack would have had a podcast, they would have really done well. He's saying. So Hassan predicts. All right, I'm gonna ask the chat. Screw it. It looks like Gucci Man won it. Gucci Man won the poll. You guys. I'm gonna bring this up. I want to ask you guys, man. Do you guys think that the Wack 100 podcast with Hassan would have been a success? I'm asking you guys, man. I'm wondering. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think. I got you, though, bro. I got you though, man. I got you. Got you, bro. My bad. My bad. All right, so I put the poll up. Vote in the poll, you guys. Yo, what's up, Precious? Precious. Gucci has more of the younger ears attention in the game. Yeah, Gucci actually won that one about 66 to like 34%, whatever it was. What was it? 68 to 31. Jeez. Gucci Man really dominated that, man. I'm looking forward to hearing Gucci Man's 1017 re-up album now that I know it's coming. Um, did they ever release the Glacier Boys album? You know, I know he was supposed to do that Glacier Boys project. Belicio says yes, but temporary success though. Well, right now, vote in the poll because right now it's actually 50-50. Would a Wack 100 and Hassan Campbell podcast be a success? It's 50-50 right now, you guys. It's honestly 50-50. So vote in the poll right now to impact that shit, man. Vote in the poll to impact the poll. Wack's numbers don't look like my numbers, Hassan Campbell said. Wack's numbers don't look like my numbers on YouTube. And the minute I take my podcast team over to Spotify, ain't none of you going to be able to beat me. They see, listen to this, Iceberg. They see the Tupac in me, the Malcolm X in me, the Rakim in me. They see all the greats. In a minute, they want to keep giving you these watered down dudes. Let me ask you a question. All y'all watching me right now, Hassan's asking this question. Gillie and Wallo. Hassan brought up Gillie and Wallo. See where this goes. The one thing I see people trying to do is promote the drama. The reality of it is, I didn't watch Gillie, but I done heard Gillie mention my name. Where it all started and when Wack was sitting up there clowning him, punking Gillie and Wallo, outside of the fact that they're stealing my style, because the reality of it is, y'all watch me play Lord of Kim. Y'all watch me play Five God. Y'all watch me play rappers in every live except for this one damn near. Some of my lives I had to take down because the dudes I was playing, I don't rock with them no more. So, wow, guys, everybody in here, Hassan Campbell is pretty much saying the fact that, bro, Hassan Campbell is pretty much saying the fact that Gillie and Wallo play music before their show means he's copying them. Bro, Hassan, I don't even understand why you play some of that music at the beginning of your show. I'm gonna keep it 100. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it a bean. I'm gonna keep it a bill. I'm gonna keep it a stack. You know what I'm saying? I don't even get why you play that music at the beginning of your song, unless you're charging each of these guys like $2,000. Unless you're charging these guys like 2 racks, 3 racks. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the hell you're doing because, in all honesty, man, that music you're playing, that acapella freestyle you're playing, I skipped through it, man. Like, I'm just being real. You got to cut that shit out, or you got to find a more proper way to do it. I don't understand why you play somebody off of your phone. Like the way Gillie and Wallo do it, they actually sit up there, they listen to the music, they vibe out to the music, they interact with each other about the music. It's an interest factor. It's kind of like a review that you get of the song as it's going. You see how they vibe with it. You know, like they did not take a play out of your book. You know what I'm saying? They obviously didn't. Whereas I think Hassan is more worried about YouTube money. Gillie and Wallo were not worried about YouTube money. They were more worried about getting the endorsements of the show, making sure they had a dope ass show to get proper endorsements from. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Iceberg says, who the F sees the Tupac in you? He's got to be trolling. He is trolling. He is trolling. Hassan Campbell is daydreaming outside by the fountain. He's outside by the fountain daydreaming. But also, he must have heard me in a blog talking about, I'm the Max B of the bloggers. I'm the Max B out here of the bloggers. So Hassan had to one up Mikey T, right? All right, my bad, bro. My bad, bro. Just be respectful in the chat. So Hassan had to one up Mikey T. If Mikey T is the big Avell, Hassan's got to be Machiavelli. Of course. He's got to be Pac. He's got to be Tupac Shakur if I'm Charlie. If I'm Charlie Rambo, right? He did it. I don't know if Hassan is watching. I don't know if Hassan is watching or not, but I said I was the Max B of the bloggers, and now out of nowhere, he's the Tupac of the bloggers. I accept that, man. I accept that. I know why he didn't want to say he was the Jay-Z, or not the Jay-Z, excuse me. I know why that's reserved for my brother Nori. I know why he didn't want to say he was the Jim Jones. I know why Hassan didn't want to say he was the Jim Jones. The Mano. I know that. I'm just playing. Let me see. Let me get back to this here, you guys. My bad, man. Sometimes I go off on a tangent. So, but every live had me play people's music. He said now he's getting back onto this music shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but every live had me play people's music. Now these dudes is coming through the door playing people's music. Nobody else does that but me. That comes from me. Dudes ain't never going to give me my credit. Wow. Dudes aren't never going to give Hassan Campbell his credit. The guy who has 10,000 people on his live video doesn't feel like he's getting the credit he deserves. A guy has 10,000 live viewers on his video, and he's saying he doesn't get the credit he deserves. I really can't believe it, man. You know what I mean? Sometimes making a living off of this shit isn't enough. I guess sometimes getting a bird bath behind your crib isn't enough. You know what I'm saying? You just got to continuously bitch and complain about it. You got to continuously put up some of the most absurd headlines in order to maintain it. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like how he came out of the 6ix9ine interview and then had the most controversial topic of the year to discuss, which was more controversial than him actually linking up with a snitch. You know what I mean? All the controversy around Hassan Campbell for interviewing 6ix9ine went right away once he put out the exposing tapes of Wack 100. He had a perfect plan in order to get everybody away from that. You know what I'm saying? He had a perfect plan to really get everybody's thoughts away from it. Because, you know, after Wack 100 interviewed 6ix9ine, everybody pretty much never forgave him. 3 months of totally dissing him, and now you see it, the internet is kind of 50-50 on him. Hassan Campbell came out of that interview with a more strategic plan laid out than Wack 100. He had shit ready to go. Wack 100 had shit ready to go too, if we're talking about managing 6ix9ine. Yeah, man. So those were the topics for tonight, you guys. We got the livest audience here on YouTube, y'all. We got the livest audience here on YouTube. Like I said, I always leave it open to open questions at the end of the live. So if anybody has any open questions, I'm going to leave it up to y'all right now. I want everybody to hit that like button. Hit that like button, y'all. Let's get this shit up to like 100 likes. Let me see what's going on here. Would Wack 100 and Hassan Campbell podcast be a success? We got 55% of the people saying no, and we got 45% of the people saying yes. Like I said, tomorrow I'm going to be doing a live at 5 o'clock, so make sure y'all tune in. I'm going to be doing a special afternoon live tomorrow. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe right now. Hit that notification bell. Everybody, let's vote in the poll. If you haven't voted in the poll yet, make sure you vote in that poll. Okay, Hulk with a great question. What rappers do you think have the greatest hooks? It kind of goes back to the era that we're talking about. You know what I mean? Because right now, Little Durk has the best hooks. You know what I mean? Right now, Little Durk is really taking over the game with his hooks. Back in the early 2000s, it was 50 Cent who was selling hooks for $500,000. You know what I mean? So it really goes in time frames. Akon, Iceberg says Akon, and Nate Dogg. Yep, you can never forget Nate Dogg. Ain't no fun if the homies can't have none is easily, you know what I mean? Easily probably my favorite hook of all time. What you smoking on, Mikey T? I'm actually finishing up some sour diesel tonight. Yep, I'm actually finishing up some sour D. Got some sour D on deck. Yep, Nate Dogg. Nate Dogg was the hook guy. James Bond says 50. Well, who do y'all think in the chat, man? Everybody, this is the open question time. If anybody has any open questions, send it in. I got my birthday weekend, you guys, about that big birthday weekend. You know what I'm saying? We popping some bottles this weekend. Everybody vote in that poll if you haven't. Vote in the poll if you haven't. Hard White, my guy B-Lo says Lil Wayne has the best hooks. All right. You can't discount Lil Wayne, man. You ain't going to ever find me discounting Lil Wayne. Besides his first couple albums, I'll keep it real. You know what I mean? His first couple albums weren't it. Like I'll keep it real. Everybody can ride Jock as much as they want, but I'm just gonna keep it real. His first albums weren't really it as a solo entity. Now the shit he was doing with the Hot Boys was cool, but his first solo albums didn't really solidify him as an artist. Coming into that second one though, coming into that Carter 2, after he did his thing on the Carter 1, it was over. It was over, man. Even with the sales not being where they were, you know what I mean? Even with the sales not actually being like 1 million plus the first week, even though it was still in the 100,000s, like you knew Lil Wayne was going to be that next big thing. Like you knew Birdman put his money in the right place. Yep. Max B, best hooks for sure. Who's your top 3 producers? Top 3 producers. That's an interesting question. Top 3 producers. Let's go. Oh damn! I totally messed up this blunt. Totally messed up this blunt, you guys. Look at that. Maybe that could still work. Since I got the leaf over it and all that. Top 3 producers. I mean, shit, you got to go Scott Storch, great. Dr. Dre, Scott Storch, Pharrell, Swizz, Dame Grease. Yeah. A lot of Hitmaker, my boy Young Berg. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot, man. You can fix it. Yeah. Kanye West, Daz. Daz is one of the best. I really felt like his sound, you know what I mean? I really felt like his sound for Death Row was awesome. I felt like after, Dr. Dre left, they really still had an opportunity with his sound, but yeah, it was just kind of over. You know what I mean? I really felt like Daz's sound could really hold it together. You know, everything just started falling apart at Death Row, though. You guys, Suge went to jail. They lost their deal with Interscope. They moved over to, Priority. Uh, Hard White. Who's Raz? Who's Raz, bro? Yeah, I got to do some. What's it called? I got to do some. What's it called? Construction or something? Oh, RZA. Yeah, RZA, man. I'm like Raz. I'm like Raz. Who are you talking about, bro? I'm like bugging out. RZA, hell yeah, Wu-Tang shit, bro. Yeah, that should have been top 10 producers, bro. That should have been what's Mikey T's top 10 producers. Top three's not enough, man. Dr. Dre #1. I mean, I did a lot of work with Scott Storch, so that's why he's up there as well, man. Scott Storch is just one of a kind, period. You know what I'm saying? Storch is really one of a kind. Just seeing him making music and shit, you can see why all those big boys bet on him. You can see why everybody really. Oh man, come on, man. That shit ain't wavy. That shit ain't wavy. 1 second. Oh, here we go. Gucci. 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 Oh yeah, that guy who kind of like got big because his name was Young Money. Yeah. I remember a lot of people would just try to do interviews with Young Money Yawn. Mad people would be trying to do interviews with Young Money Young just because his name was Young Money. And it was like, damn, dudes is really dudes is really lame like that. You know what I mean? I'm sure another rapper, Kasky, got so annoyed with that as well. Like when everybody was just Kasky, yo, what's up? How do you feel about signing to Cash Money? People asking Young Money Yawn, Young Money Yawn, are you signed to Young Money? Same thing with like Montana 300. People would be like getting it so confused. You know what I'm saying? People would be getting it so confused. Are you 300? Are you Young Money? Da 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 da. It's kind of annoying, man. It's kind of annoying. Because then you go there and you interview someone and you're like, oh, he's not Young Money. Oh, there goes like a third of my questions. This interview is over. No disrespect to Young Money Yawn. Dude probably wouldn't even give me the time of day for the consideration of an interview back then. I ended up interviewing everyone from Lil Wayne to Rick Ross, you know what I mean, to Max B to French Montana and shit like that. But this is where it's at now, you know what I mean? Me doing these live streams. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure, yeah, I was gonna say Pac as well, man. You can't see me, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Thug Passion, you know what I mean? All the I Get Around, all these songs, and sometimes it doesn't mean that Pac had to, you know what I mean, sing all the hooks. You know what I mean? Didn't mean that. You know, Pac, like Ja Rule, you know what I mean? These guys are writing the hooks for the females or for the male R&B singers to actually sing. I think that has to play a part in it as well. You know what I mean? When you obviously know that people are writing for one another. I think that's got to play a part in it as well. A lot of people get that shit confused when it came to the verses thing. They're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go do a versus battle and I'm gonna play a record that nobody knows that I did." No, that's not how that shit goes, man. You bring your catalog out there. Just because you produced a record for Alicia Keys doesn't mean you're playing a record, Alicia Keys record at your verses. I mean, if you're featured on the record, like say if Ja Rule brought Mary J. Blige out for Rainy Days, you know what I mean? That's another story. Yeah. But yeah, you guys, man, really appreciate everybody for tapping in on the live. If anybody has any final questions, I got you. If anybody has any final questions here tonight, I got you. If y'all want to ask me something before we get up out of here, just gonna get. I'm about to twist up one more L for the night. About to twist up another L for the night. Obviously, you guys know that I had to do a little bit of surgery on that blunt. Had to do a little bit of surgery on that blunt. But everybody in here, I'm going to give you another 2 minutes to vote on the poll. If you guys want to vote on the poll, I'll give you another couple minutes to do that before I shut it down. I want to let everybody on here know you can catch me on live stream tomorrow at 5 o'clock. So make sure you're subscribed to this channel. So you can, and make sure you have to hit the notification bell so you can catch me on live tomorrow. Definitely appreciate everybody that taps in. What you listening to now? What am I listening to now, bro? I mean, shit, that Lobby Boys album. I got that in rotation now. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of I mean, shit, you know, I be listening to Max B and AR Rap, but those type of joints, man, a lot of those joints, it's like, yo, man, those are just always in my consistent play. So it's like you really want to put, you know what I mean? You really want to put some new shit on. So yeah, the Lobby Boys, Jim Jones and Mano actually coming together as a breath of fresh air. You know what I'm saying? That's a breath of fresh air. But also Jim Jones's last project, Capo, that he did with Arsonist. Let me think. Uh, what's some other music that I'm listening to? Haven't really been into the Young Thug stuff, as I've explained before. Haven't been in the Young Thug for a few years, actually, which is interesting. You know what I mean? I just wasn't really feeling a lot of his new records. You know, I'm banging that mac and cheese. They got a new joint out called Detroit Flows with Icewear Vezo. You know what I'm saying? I got some sour that I'm about to finish twisting up right now. That's what I was blazing tonight on that hen tonight. You know what I'm saying? That Hennessy. But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody for tapping in, man. Wanted to give you all a dope live show tonight. You know, we had a couple amazing topics to cover. Wack 100 pretty much saying he wants to see Gillie at the BET Awards. Wack 100 denying a little bit more about the Larry Hoover. And Hassan Campbell oddly siding with Wack 100, you guys. Hassan Campbell oddly siding with Wack 100. Want everybody on here to follow me on the gram. If you haven't already, follow me right now. You heard? If you have not already, if you have not followed me already, make sure you follow me right now. Like I said, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel so you can tap in on my live videos. I will be going live tomorrow at 5 o'clock afternoon, 5 o'clock Eastern. 5 o'clock Eastern, you guys. That's 2 o'clock Pacific. Thank you, bruh. Appreciate that. You did a good job on this one. Appreciate that, man. Major love. Everybody else in here, I definitely appreciate you guys for tapping in on the live podcast. I'm going to call it an episode, you guys. Make sure y'all in here tomorrow, 5 o'clock Eastern time, 2 o'clock Pacific time, and we'll get back on it together, man. Much love, everybody. Much love, man. I'm going to let everybody follow me on the gram. Yep, DJ Premier. DJ Premier, another dope one, another dope producer. I'm going to let everybody follow me on the gram. I'm going to end the poll right now. It looks like 57% of the people, 57% of y'all say that Wack 100 and Hassan Campbell's podcast would not be a success. This is your last chance to vote in the poll, you guys. So vote right now. Where did that Dutch go? Oh, that's right. I put that shit back in there. I put that shit back in there, man. Now let me see if I actually broke this at the wrong area. This looks like this shit's gonna be rough anyway. You look at it with the way that the blunt is. It looks like this is gonna be a rough one. Any way you look at it. I'm just hoping it smokes right. I'm just hoping this L smokes right, you guys. With not a lot of air coming through. I mean, finishing off the sour tonight. You'll see what I'm smoking tomorrow, you guys. I'll be on here live at 5 o'clock. All right. Oh, let me end the poll. Ending the poll right now. Yeah, I did. I put a patch on it. I put a patch on it. There we go. All right, you guys. Tomorrow at 5, y'all. Tomorrow at 5. I will see y'all tomorrow at 5. Make sure you guys tap in. Respect, everybody. Respect. Follow me on the gram. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I'll catch y'all tomorrow night or tomorrow.